Success isn't fun. Until you win, effort always goes unnoticed. And so it's this idea that everyone wants to just like get forever, but no one wants to do forever. If it were obviously easy, then everyone would do it, and then it wouldn't be a goal because everyone would have it. And right now,
let's be honest. Most people are stuck playing defense with their money. They cut costs, budget tighter, opt out of subscription services. That's fine if you want to survive. But what if you want to build? What if wealth wasn't about pinching pennies, but about creating value so big, so undeniable, that money chases you instead? That's exactly what Alex Hormozi figured out. He went from sleeping on the floor of his gym to building a portfolio worth hundreds of millions. Not through luck, but through systems, through understanding leverage, through learning how to make offers so good people feel stupid saying no. In today's video, I'm breaking down 8 financial power moves from Alex Hormozi, the same strategies that built his empire, and how you can use them right now to create financial freedom, even if you're just starting out. We'll talk about building systems, mastering cash flow, creating leverage, and why cutting costs is not your ticket to wealth. This isn't another guru talk. This is practical, tested, straight-to-the-point strategy for people who are tired of watching money control their lives and ready to flip the script. So grab your notepad, because by the end of this, you won't just be thinking about money. You'll be thinking like a millionaire. Let's go. The story. Before the books. Before the YouTube fame. Alex Hormozi was just another guy trying to make a gym profitable. He started with one. It flopped. Then another. Flopped again. But instead of crying about it, he studied why. He dissected the business model, tore apart his own mistakes, and rebuilt from scratch. Eventually, he cracked the code, and not only made his gym profitable, he helped others do the same. That's when he built Gym Launch, a company that helped thousands of gyms explode their revenue. Within a few years, he sold it for millions. But here's what's wild. Hormozi didn't stop there. He didn't buy fancy cars or flex on Instagram. He used the money to build systems, to invest, and eventually to create Acquisition.com, a holding company that now invests in and scales other businesses. This man didn't just chase success, he engineered it. His strategy wasn't work harder, it was work smarter with leverage. And his philosophy wasn't save every dollar. It was earn so much that savings become a side effect. That's why his approach is so powerful. It's not motivational fluff. It's measurable, replicable, and grounded in first principles. So let's unpack his 8 power moves, one by one, and I'll show you how to use each of them to level up your personal wealth and financial game. Power move number 1. Increase income first.
You should take that same money and plow all of that into your own ability to earn more money.
If there's one line that sums up Hormozi's entire philosophy, it's this. You can't save your way to wealth. Too many people try to budget their way to freedom. They'll spend 5 hours researching cheaper phone plans, but won't spend 30 minutes learning a skill that could earn them another $1,000 a month. Hormozi flips the game. He says, stop obsessing over cutting costs. Start obsessing over growing your income. Why? Because there's a limit to how much you can save, but no limit to how much you can earn. Think of it this way. If you make $2,000 a month and save 10%, that's $200. But if you focus on raising your income to $4,000, suddenly that same 10% is $400 without changing your lifestyle. So, instead of living smaller, learn to earn bigger. That might mean developing a high-income skill, like copywriting, consulting, sales, or creating digital products. You need to ask yourself, how can I make my next hour worth more? Hormozi built his first fortune by adding value to businesses, not clipping coupons. The lesson here is, income growth is the most powerful financial strategy of all. Savings protect you, income transforms you. 2. Leverage and systems. Hormozi's favorite word might just be leverage. Leverage means using tools, people, or systems to multiply what you can do alone. It's the secret sauce behind scaling. He says, don't just work harder, build machines that work for you. That's what he did. Instead of personally running each gym, he built Gym Launch, a replicable system that helped other gyms make money. And he got paid every time they succeeded. Hormozi calls this scalable effort, doing work once that pays you repeatedly. And the beauty? You don't need millions to start. Even a Google Sheet that automates your side hustle or a Notion system for tracking clients is a form of leverage. So stop thinking like a worker. Start thinking like an engineer of systems. Because in the game of wealth, leverage isn't optional. It's oxygen. If you're still relying only on your effort to make money, you're one cold, tired day away from losing everything. But when you build systems, you build security. Power move number 3. Build offers people can't refuse. If you've ever read Hormozi's book $100 Million Offers, you know this line. Make offers so good people feel stupid saying no. This isn't about sleazy marketing. It's about deep empathy, truly understanding what your audience wants most and designing an offer that gives them the result faster, easier, and better than anyone else. Hormozi says every great offer has 4 ingredients. Dream outcome. What do they really want? Perceived likelihood of success. How sure are they that you can deliver it? Time delay. How soon can they get it? Effort and sacrifice. How hard is it for them to achieve it? You increase value by turning those dials in the right direction. Make the dream bigger, increase the likelihood, shorten the delay, and reduce the effort. That's how you create irresistible value. Hormozi's genius was realizing that people don't pay for information. They pay for transformation. So if you want to grow your income, start by crafting better offers. Ask yourself, would I buy this if it weren't mine? If the answer's no, it's not ready. Once your offer is irresistible, you won't have to chase customers. They'll chase you. Power move number 4, cash flow and the 30-day rule. One of the most underrated pieces of Hormozi wisdom is his obsession with cash flow. Not just revenue, not just profit, but how fast money moves. He often talks about something called the 30-day payback period. In simple terms, how quickly can I get my money back after spending it to acquire a customer? Let's say you spend $100 to get a new client. If you earn that $100 back within 30 days, your growth is nearly infinite because you can keep reinvesting safely without running out of cash. But if it takes you 6 months to recover that $100, you're cash poor, even if you're technically profitable. That's why so many small businesses fail. They drown in slow cash cycles. Hormozi's system is ruthless about shortening that cycle. He optimizes everything, pricing, upsells, offers, to get money back quickly. He says, the faster your cash returns, the faster you can scale, and the safer your financial life becomes. Remember, cash flow is like oxygen. You don't think about it when you have enough, but you panic the second you run out. Learn to breathe financially by keeping money flowing in, not just on paper. Power move number 5, build assets, not jobs. Hormozi says it plain. Don't work for money. Build things that make money. That's the shift from employee to owner, from active income to asset income. He's obsessed with assets, not just stocks or real estate, but intellectual property, systems, and brands that earn even when he's not around.
If you invest in the S&P 500, real estate, things like that, and you start really early and you do it for a long period of time, you absolutely will make money.
Every business he builds is designed to become an asset, something that can run, sell, or generate returns without his daily presence. An asset is anything that earns while you sleep. A YouTube channel, an online course, a piece of software, a real estate unit, even a strong personal brand. Hormozi's wealth didn't come from trading time for money. It came from compounding ownership. So, audit your current work. Are you building assets or just tasks? If everything stops when you stop, it's not freedom, it's a job. Assets are your ticket out of the rat race. And as Hormozi proves, once you own enough of them, money becomes a byproduct, not the goal. 6. Taking calculated risk. Hormozi loves risk, but only the smart kind. He calls it asymmetric risk, where the upside is massive and the downside is survivable. That's how he built his fortune, not by gambling, but by identifying opportunities with unfair advantages. He took risks early when failure was still cheap. In his 20s, he had no dependents, no massive bills, so he could swing big. He says, when you're young, your time is your greatest leverage. Use it to experiment. He also said, too many people let fear hold them back from starting, from investing, launching, or building. They think safety means no risk. But in truth, staying still is the biggest risk of all. Calculated risk looks like this. You invest in learning a skill before quitting your job. You test a business idea with a small audience before going all in. You protect your downside with savings or backup income. Hormozi's version of courage isn't reckless. It's strategic boldness. It's knowing the odds, stacking them in your favor, and then betting on yourself. So yes, take risks, but take them with spreadsheets, not dice. Be bold, but be prepared. Because real wealth doesn't reward the fearful, it rewards the calculated. 7. Move upstream in value. Hormozi often talks about positioning yourself upstream, meaning closer to the flow of money. Imagine a river. Downstream are all the freelancers, contractors, and small workers getting splashed by whatever drips down. Upstream? That's where the people who control the flow sit. The ones who own the systems, set the terms, and take the biggest cuts. Hormozi's advice is, stop being downstream. Don't just be the trainer, own the gym. Don't just be the marketer, own the agency. Don't just make the content, own the platform, the audience, and the products. Being upstream means controlling distribution, not just production. You earn more, worry less, and gain leverage over your time. Hormozi didn't get rich by being the best worker. He got rich by owning the system workers use. So the question is, where are you in the money flow? If you're too far downstream, it's time to swim up. That's where freedom and real wealth lives. Power move number 8. Reinvest and keep equity. Once Hormozi started making serious money, he didn't go on shopping sprees. He reinvested. He poured profits back into his businesses, not to look busy, but to grow capacity, talent, and reach.
I've had people who I know have been making hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars a year and have nothing. They blew everything. And so make your PR, your personal records, around what you're able to put into that bank account every month.
One of his rules: don't take money out of a growing business. Let it compound until it's truly free cash flow. And when he did partner with others, he was careful not to dilute his ownership too early. He knew equity, not salary, is where real wealth hides. Every % of ownership is a slice of your future freedom. This principle applies even to small ventures. If you start a brand, don't give away control just to feel secure. Build slow if you must, but own more. And when profits start rolling in, resist the urge to inflate your lifestyle. Reinvest instead. Buy better tools. Hire help. Scale your reach. Hormozi's empire was built on compound reinvestment, not withdrawals. Remember, income gives comfort. Equity gives freedom. Keep your eyes on the long game, because wealth isn't what you make this month. It's what keeps making for you long after you stop. Now here is how to apply all the 8 power moves we just discussed. Let's get practical. Audit your income. What are your current earning levers? What could double your income if you went all in? Build one system. Maybe it's automating your content, outsourcing a task, or creating an evergreen course. Craft your irresistible offer. What dream outcome can you help people achieve? Name it. Package it. Price it boldly. Track your cash flow. Know exactly how much comes in, how fast, and what your payback period is. Turn your work into an asset. Don't just make videos, build a library. Don't just sell time, build intellectual property. Take a calculated risk. Launch that course. Test that idea. You don't need perfect. You need momentum. Move upstream. Think ownership, not just participation. Reinvest wisely. When you win, don't splurge, scale. Hormozi's strategies are frameworks, not fairy tales. They work when you do, so start small. Apply one move this week, then another. Before long, you'll look up and realize you're not just chasing financial freedom, you're building it. So apply the Hormozi frameworks, but filter them through your own values. Because at the end of the day, financial freedom isn't about copying someone else's path, it's about building your own. In summary, most people chase money like it's running away from them. But the wealthy, they build systems so money can't help but find them. That's the Hormozi difference. He didn't just work harder, he worked smarter, and he built leverage. So if you want to change your financial life, start today. Increase your income, craft irresistible offers, build assets, and keep your equity. Play the long game, because the short game is already crowded. And remember this, wealth isn't a lottery. It's architecture. It's built brick by brick, system by system, mindset by mindset. Now I've given you the blueprints. It's your turn to start building. If this video inspired you, share it with someone who's ready to stop playing small. And if you're serious about mastering your money, subscribe. Because here, we don't just talk about financial freedom, we build it. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep stacking assets, not excuses. Your freedom is waiting on the other side of your next calculated move. See you in the next one.